Good evening and welcome to Urban Astronomy. Sorry a bit late, I only just finished a late shift. Right, on screen at the moment is a bright star called Doobie. I'll bring in the stellarium and show you where we're actually looking. We are currently locked onto that star there, Doobie, magnitude 2, so it's nice and bright, and it's our main reference for starting this evening's exploration of the skies. Hey Laura, welcome to the stream, sweetheart. We're just getting started, so we've not been live very long. Right. Because I'm a bit late from work, we're a bit struck for trying to get onto Wi-Fi Atlas. So we're going to leave that till the weekend when I've got all the weekend free. So for tonight's event, I'm contemplating looking for T2 Panstarrs C 2017 T2 Panstarrs. And I'm just about to add that into the search window because it's right next to a galaxy, and it is PGC 27650 27. Right, there we go, that's found it, and let's go and have a look for it. And it is just down there. So we'll zoom in, centralize it on screen, and send over the scope. Right, I'll bring over the live tracker so you can see where we're going. That's where we're heading for. That was the reference I've just been using, the galaxy. So we should be somewhere close. It should be on screen. So I'll move this out the way. And I'll move this one out the way. The scope's landed on the target area. And there goes a satellite. Right, that's out of the way. So let's do an initial 10-second exposure. And we'll see what's out there, and we'll do an auto stretch just to see if we can pull any background out of there. And 10 seconds is not going to bring very much out. Stretch. Oh look, there it is. So for an initial landing, there's the comet. So let's just up the exposure to 20 seconds, and we'll reduce the stretch and see if we can bring it in without distorting the histogram. Just been informed by my daughter that my dinner's ready, so I might be, as soon as I've got this centralized on screen, I'll just slip off and grab some lamb chops and chips. But I'll still be close to the microphone, hopefully not making eating noises. If there's any particular comet you'd like to go and have a look at, if it's within my horizons, I'll gladly slew the scope over there and we'll have a look. Right, I'll bring in the magnifier. And if we get it central over here, oh, let's just get the filter wheel. It's on red at the moment. Let's go to luminance.
Filter change.
And that should let a lot more light through because we're just going through a red filter at the moment. So this next image should be quite bright. Here we go. A little bit too bright. Let's just clear that stretch and auto stretch. and I think that may have something to do with the cloud bank going by. Yeah, that's a cloud going by at the moment, so just have to bear with it a few seconds. One of the pitfalls of a hobby such as astronomy, fighting with nature. On last night's stream we had a look at this one. We also had a look at Atlas Y1. Those two are roughly the same magnitude, the same sort of brightness, but unfortunately it looks like we've got the beginnings of a cloud bank. Just have to bear with it a few minutes, let that cloud go by, and we should be back on it. Even the main stars here are starting to fade a little bit. Yeah, give me a few seconds just to start up the guide scope. Here we go, just get the guide scope up and running. And not even anything on there to pick up. So not a lot to guide on. Right, I'll move this out of the way and get the main view back up. Drop that back down to 10-second refresh, so we can keep an eye on what's going off. Yeah, it's blotting out all the stars for the moment. So I'll put it back up to 20 seconds. Drop that down there. Right, I'll bring in stellarium and we'll have a look what's nearby that might be worth a little look. Quite a collection of galaxies just here, but realistically we need something in the magnitude 7 to 10 range. .4, 6.9. There's two options for later. Let's go back to the main screen, see if we've got... Now we've got clouds. Clouds, clouds, clouds. One of the few things that's... Oh, we're starting to get a breakthrough. One of the few things that's out of my control. So we'll stay with it for a few minutes and see if it changes. I'm going to just step outside and have a quick estimate how long it's going to be. Be right back. Right, I can see the edge of a cloud bank going by, but I think we're going to be at least 5 minutes before it clears. So if I leave the scope locked onto that area where the comet is, because we know its approximate position is just there because we saw it earlier on. So if I leave the telescope here, and as soon as the cloud clears, I'll start manipulating things. I'm just going to use this opportunity to get a cup of tea and a bit of dinner, but I'll be monitoring the screen, and if anything changes, I'll jump straight back in. If you want to see anything in particular, please drop a message and I'll respond as soon as I can. I'm watching the screen, so I'm not too far away. So be right back. Cheers. Evening, mate. Just finished my rushed dinner, and as you can see, we've got a very friendly cloud bank paying us a visit. Under the magnifier is T2 Panstarrs. So I'm just waiting for this cloud bank to pass a little bit. Pardon me. That's what you get for rushing my dinner. Aye. Getting a few stars breaking through. There it is, look. It's just coming through now. I'll play with the exposure a little bit, see if we can pull it out a little bit from the background. Right, as soon as that haze lowers a little bit, I'll up the exposure and we'll see if we can pull some tail. Oh, don't you love clouds? Don't you just love these clouds? Right, I am going to get comfortable in my gaming chair. I'm going to wait this out because there is quite a clear spell coming this way, and it shouldn't be many minutes, and then we should have a quite a decent run before any more clouds come. Yeah, Panstarrs T2 C 2017 T2. It's about the same magnitude as Atlas Y1, and look at the clouds, aren't they beautiful? Let's clear that stretch. I'll bring the details across so you can have a quick look. Right, that's the galaxy nearby. We're heading towards this bright element just here, Tycho, and it's magnitude 8.7. So it's roughly double the magnitude of the Comet, I think. No, magnitude 8.7. So that should be the same brightness as the Comet as it goes by. But I think the Comet will be a little bit more diffused, hidden behind its coma a little bit. So we'll just have to wait. Right, the basic information of the Comet, an observed magnitude of 8.7. So it's not super bright, but it's not super dim, so it's relatively easy to latch onto. Perihelion the 4th of May. So it's past its brightest, and it's heading away from us, I do believe. And the speed is 37.8 kilometers per second. It's actually coming towards us at the minute, so it's past the sun, so it's coming back towards us. 250 million kilometers, according to this, just here. And sun distance, it's moving away from the sun, which is that indicator there. It's moving away from the sun at 33.1 kilometers per second. So it's coming towards us, but away from the sun. So there's a chance of it getting quite a lot brighter. Let's just go back, see if it's got a 3D option. Right, let's have a look at the 3D orbit. There it is. Let's zoom out somewhat. Yeah, there's its orbit compared to us. So it's not going to get super close. if you want to access these 3D trajectories, it's all on the Sky Live site. You select the comet you want to look at. Yes, please. You select that's my daughter offering me a nice hot cup of tea. You select the comet you want to look at, and you've got several options of information, tracking information, and this option, the 3D solar system track as it's passing us by. And sometimes you get multiple comets on one screen at the same time, so you can see where the best chances of a photograph will be coming along. So I'll zoom out a little bit, and at the moment it's above my horizons and quite high in the sky. So this is always useful for planning an evening's viewing. Right, let's move this out of the way and see if we've got any. No. And there we go again. We've got clouds and haze. We'll bear with it for a bit because there is some quite large gaps coming. This is the common thing called cloud dodging. I think this is where a secondary hobby comes in. Oh, here we go, it's clearing up a little bit. Knitting, plaiting jam, something to keep you occupied while you wait for the clouds to disappear. Consuming alcohol seems a reasonable one right now. Let's just do a stretch, see if we can pick it out. It's there, but we're not going to get much details out of it. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll take that. Take that, no. Thank you. Right, I'm armed with a cup of tea, so anything can happen right now. Yeah, the histogram's showing lots of the light coloured pixels, so that means there's a lot of evenly spread light out there, a good indicator that it's a cloud. The curve that we want normally occupies the left-hand third of the histogram. That means we've got enough light to capture the object and enough dark so it doesn't get swamped, whereas this one, look, it swamps the whole histogram. And we know it's there. Nice one, mate. Tea is always welcome this time of the evening. Oh, look at that cloud. We ought to have a channel occupation when we've got clouds going by. Oh, look at that, disappeared. Right, let's get this exposure back up. 20 seconds and auto stretch. Still just here somewhere, just there I think it is. And let's see if we can pull it out of the murk again. Oh no! This is so frustrating. Chess, yeah, yeah. That could get very distracting now. What time we got? Nearly 11:15. Well, I've been at work from 4 o'clock till 10 o'clock, and this is the first proper sit down I've had, but it's got a real cup of tea involved. That's dissipating again. It's dissipating. So when this bit of I think there's quite a large gap coming up after this part of the cloud bank goes by, and we'll reposition the Comet centre screen, and then we'll do some slightly longer exposures, see if we can pull out more tail detail. I've got no work tomorrow, so I can stay with the scope a little bit longer than I would normally, so I can have a little bit extra time in bed, as long as the clouds play the game. Let's have a look what clear outside says, the weather prediction program. Right, I'll bring this in. This doesn't look too promising. Right, there we go. We're just going up tail end of the clear bit. I know it was green, building up to it up till 10 o'clock. So 11 o'clock just looks like the clouds are moving in. 44%, 66%, and then basically closing us down for the day. But look at tomorrow night. 11 p.m. till 9 a.m. In fact, it starts 9 o'clock tomorrow. See this 2100 hours tomorrow evening. So tomorrow evening looks like it might be a lot better opportunity to come out comet hunting. And because I'm at home, I can start streaming from about 9 o'clock when the clear skies are predicted, and we can get on to Y4 Atlas and see if we can pick up the fragments. We should have at least an hour before it drops down below the horizon, so we should get a few decent shots on it. And then following through till Thursday, not much till... Now the true dark period's dropping down, look. Between midnight and 1 o'clock is the only dark period. And then after Wednesday, it doesn't get truly astro dark. There's no dark indicators. That black bit there is the only astro dark indicated for this particular day. So it's just going to be brighter objects for the next few weeks. Might even be an opportunity. I might do a video on stripping down the mount, so you can see what's involved in stripping down the mount if there's no decent dark skies for a while. Anyway, let's move this out of the way, see if we've got any... yeah, that says it all. That says it all. That's a 2-second exposure. That's not really dark. That was just to tame down the background. Yeah, that's still cloud there, because there's quite a few bright stars in that field of view. Go to 10 seconds and you'll see what I mean. So even the bright stars aren't punching through the cloud. I think that's a hot pixel rather than a star. Yeah, that could be a star. But somehow I don't think we're going to get much opportunity to image anything of value tonight. Saying that, I can go back and have a look at some of the past images that we've had on the Atlas Comet. Here we go. These are all the images from when Atlas was breaking up, when we got it on screen. Going back to when it was a full and complete comet, and this is the first one we got of it actually breaking up, which was quite a night. That was quite a night. I don't think we'll be capturing images like that for a while, unless we get another comet that wants to play games with us. This one, it's got two main bodies on it, one there and a secondary one just above it when the camera is in this orientation. So that was another good evening, and I think we had another one similar. Yeah, that's with it quite diffused and breaking up. But anyway, some images that we captured earlier on the last couple of weeks. And this is what we've got this evening, clouds. I was at work till 10 o'clock, so I wasn't able to get on the target early enough. However, I'm not working tomorrow, so I will be set up from about 9 o'clock in the evening, and we should be able to get quite a bit of time on target. So tomorrow evening is going to be the best opportunity and the best imaging chance we're going to have. We've just had a look at the forecast for tomorrow night, and from 9 o'clock till about for 12 hours, 9 o'clock tomorrow night till 9 o'clock Thursday morning, it's going to be clear. So at the moment we've got very, very grim skies, very grim skies. So 9 o'clock Wednesday evening till 9 o'clock Thursday morning. That's going to be our window of opportunity. But as you can see at the moment, on a 10-second exposure, we have clouds, and we already know there's supposed to be a couple of bright stars in this image. Clear that. So we're just staying with it for a few minutes because there are gaps in the clouds, and you never know, we might get a few minutes of clarity that will allow us to get some imaging. Oh, and welcome back to the stream, Genius. You're one of the regulars now. You always seem to appear when I come online. Nah, the sky's not playing game with us tonight. Yeah, one of the major drawbacks of astronomy in the UK, the weather. Just checking out the location of C2020 Swan, the pretty comet that's coming our way. Yep, 6722. Right, I'm just going to bring that up on Stellarium. Six, 722. Yep, it's below ground level. Zoom out a little bit. So it's there. Put the ground level back on. It's just there and to the north. Now if I close this and we fast forward, there it is, and that tells you it is in the east at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's 9 o'clock in the morning. Now let's just track backwards a little bit. And bear in mind this Y4 atlas, and if I hold it there, that is about 15 degrees. And there's Y4 atlas that supposed to be super bright. So if we go backwards just a little bit more, I'll go to play forwards and we'll see what sort of time it sets, so we can sort of plan around when it's visible in my skies. Move that one out of the way, and if we just keep it central on screen, we need it to be relatively facing south. So that's, oh, press the wrong button. So we need it to face south. So it's just coming up. If I pause it in a second. So I think it's only ever going to be in daylight for us here. Right. That's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's keep going forward and see what time. Hey Crispy, how you going, mate? I wasn't watching the chat for a minute. We're trying to plan a time to pick up on Comet Swan, see if we can get some decent images. And it looks like it's only going to be up above the horizon for us during daylight hours. Now they might visually intercept each other, but the space in between them is going to be humongous. Right, Swan is well below ground level. Now I'm just going to stop it when it comes up above ground level, and we'll see where it is in relation to the sun that's coming up behind it. There, and that is 15 degrees to the east, and I'm not sure if I can pick that up at that time of the morning. And there's Y4 Atlas. There's quite a big distance between them there, and this is at 5:15 in the early evening. Sorry, early morning. I'll have to have a look, see what that's like tomorrow morning, see if I can get anything in that direction. Because I know my limiting horizon is 30 degrees, which is way up here. I wonder if I can set up my smaller scope. So I've got a portable 150mm scope that might be able to pick it up. That might be an option. That might be an option. We'll see. We'll see. Right, we'll just keep tracking forward. And as soon as it comes up, look, we've got the sun in the way. So we're not going to get much joy with that there. And there's what Comet Y4 Atlas. Click on that one. It's supposed to be magnitude minus 4.6. So that's brighter than Venus in the sky. So if you look outside this evening, that was predicted to be brighter than Venus. That would have been a sight to see, and that tail would have been huge. But unfortunately, here's Venus just here, look. Click on Venus, magnitude 4.6, minus 4.6, and magnitude minus 4.6. So that's a lot brighter than Venus. Now, they're not on a collision course, but from our vantage point, from our viewing point on the planet, they look like they'll be passing each other. But in actual fact, there'll be quite a bit of distance between them. Right, let's move this out of the way. And look at that. What a horrible sight. Somehow I don't think we're going to get much opportunity to see much this evening. I'm looking through the window and I can't see anything that's going to promise us any clear skies. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be another one of those evenings of potential that never materialised. Yeah, let's bring up Sky Live and have a look, see if we can find the 3D orbits. That's one. Go back. Panstarrs. I can't get them all on screen, and I can't see the option to add another comet to the live tracker. Can't see how to add a second comet on that view. Right, let's move that back out of the way. Right, I can't see the point in drawing out this stream too long. It just seems to be looking at nothing and waiting for it to pass. Somebody just asked to join the Facebook group. Stephen Screen. Right. There we go. The Facebook group's doing pretty good. We now have nearly 250 members. Most impressive. Say it was just started out as a small group for me and my friends to share photos between us. 244 members. Not bad at all. Right. Just go for a stretch, see if we can pull anything out there at all. No, can't even pull the big stars out. Right. I'm going to call it, because we're doing nothing and I seem to be fighting natural weather, and the natural weather is beating me hands down. So sorry for the stream this evening, out of my control. We did get a glimpse of T2 earlier on, but as brief as it was, and we shall be back again tomorrow evening, hopefully a little bit earlier, a little view of Atlas Y4, see if we can pick up the main fragments and get a few images on that before it drops below my horizon, and then we'll come across to T2 Panstarrs, get some imaging on that, and then from that point I'll ask the community what target they'd like to go visit, and I shall present a few options of comets that's going to be available in my skies and that are within the capabilities of my equipment. So I'd like to say thanks for everybody for joining. Sorry about the disappointing stream. If there's anybody new out there, please like and subscribe, ding that bell, and you'll get notification of the next stream as I come online, hopefully with better weather conditions. So sorry for the lack of content this evening. So have a nice evening, and hopefully I'll catch you again on the next stream with a little bit more helpful weather. This is Andy saying have a nice evening. Cheers guys, sorry.